you know, in life, whether you're dating or not, a lot of times fear holds us back. We don't even notice it, but there's this loop running in our head constantly, trying to keep us safe. Like, trying all the bad stuff that happened in our past, our brain likes to remind us of all of that. You know, whether it was in our past, whether a parent, a friend, a religious leader, a boss, you know, just someone in our lives taught it to us because of their past, or we experienced it ourselves. We carry all of this stuff with us, and it affects the decisions that we make today. And so I want to share with you some of the dating fears that I had that completely held me back. You know, there's a fear that I wasn't good enough for a quality guy. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not smart enough. You know, I felt like I was dating for such a long time. For a while, I thought my time had passed. That, you know, I was sort of thinking to myself, maybe I should get used to being alone. Maybe I'm going to be alone forever. You know, I had fears that good men didn't live in the city that I lived in, that no one wants to settle down. All men are the same. I had decided for a while that I was bad at dating, or that men only wanted sex, or that I was bad at dating apps. And all of this was just based on other people's bad experiences or my own experiences. And so I had sort of decided in a lot of cases that history will repeat itself. Or, you know, if I didn't have a great date, I would interpret it to somehow be my fault. And I made all of this up. These are all stories, and I let it hold me back from dating men who are worth my time. I let it hold me back from feeling good about myself. And I let it hold me back from really putting myself out there. You know, these thoughts, they would run in my head constantly. And say I was on a dating app, they would stop me from swiping right on a guy I really wanted to meet because I would think I wasn't good enough. I would think about my past, and I would think my past is just too bad for a quality guy. I mean, and all of this stuff held me back. And, you know, it stopped me from feeling like I was good enough for a quality guy. It stopped me from dating at all in some cases. And if you recognize any of these, notice how it's holding you back. These thoughts keep you from finding love. And if you're finally ready to figure this out, you know, I really want you to pay attention to your thoughts, especially while you're dating, you know, getting ready for dates, thinking about dating, thinking about your love life, whether you're in the dating apps, or, you know, online dating. Really think about it, because anytime you have negative thoughts, whether they're thoughts about you, thoughts about guys, thoughts about your dating life, anytime they're just constantly negative, that is affecting and influencing the feelings that you have. So if you're thinking thoughts like, I'm not good at dating, or this'll never work, or I'm not good enough, imagine how that makes you feel. It totally zaps your confidence. And then you end up doing what I did. You end up not dating at all, or assuming it's going to be terrible, or hating it, you know, or thinking that you're bad at it, or something's wrong with you. So instead, adopt new intentions and new mantras around dating. And, you know, I'm not saying you can flip a switch and feel great. I'm saying you can practice it. You can practice feeling good. You can decide, I'm going to figure this out. You can decide, I'm going to choose happiness today. I'm going to choose to try. I'm going to choose to practice. You know, so what I did was I actually started working on my confidence. And when I did that, I started dating better men, ultimately leading me to my now husband. And so, you know, the more you go inward and really work on yourself and start feeling better, the more you're going to get that from the outside world. So if you start thinking online dating could work, dating apps could work, I'm really good at dating. I'm worth it. I'm worthy today. I'm worth great love. I can't wait to have an epically awesome marriage. I want you to work on these thoughts, and whether you use mine or you pick thoughts that work for you, either way works. I want it to be explosive. I want it to make you feel good. I want it to make you smile in the moment. When I started feeling like I was really going to meet my person and I was feeling good about dating, I felt like I was good at dating, I started to adopt the thought, he's just around the corner. And that was actually right before I met my now husband. And I just kept thinking, gosh, if he's just around the corner, then I've got to get out there and date. I can't just sit around. He's not going to knock on my door. If he's around the corner, he's waiting on me. I got a date. And it made me excited because every date could have been him. I really thought that. And honestly, the more no's I got, the closer I was to my yes. Something else I remind my clients often is it's only supposed to work once. And so you have to get a lot of no's before you get to your one yes. And once you remind yourself of that, it kind of takes the stress away and reminds you that you're in control and you hold power. You have power in your feelings, in your abilities, in your dating life. You have control. And so really pay attention to those thoughts around love and dating. And if they're holding you back and need to be improved, then just practice new thoughts. When you practice new thoughts, you begin to believe them, and then you take new and different actions because of your new thoughts. If you have thoughts that make you feel really good about yourself, you take actions from that feeling really good place, and that means your life's result is exactly what you want it to be. So I encourage you to try this. It absolutely works. It works for me. It works for my clients. It works for everyone who simply tries and practices. The more you practice it, the better you're going to get. It's not about being perfect. It's about practicing. So shoot me an email if you're curious to know more, or if you have questions. Check me out on Instagram. I talk about this stuff all the time. I talk about dating and love and how you can get the love life that I know you really deserve.